Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. He gets 4 kills in the round as well, so quite nicely done from him in his opening round in a tournament with NiP here at ESL One. That's huge pistol round.
And you've got to say as well, for a newer player to this sort of level, although it is at the MMC Arena, which is a closed set, it's quite it doesn't have the massive crowd. Even just him mentally to get that nice quick start, that good start, feeling confident, feeling like all right, I'm doing well here. That's got to be great for him mentally. Yeah,
especially for young players, pistol rounds sometimes can be so important. You can, especially because when you're young and inexperienced, it's a little bit more momentum based. So getting those 4 kills definitely helps you moving forward, especially if he's going to be the anchor over towards this B bomb site. If they're going to have trusted him to play all alone.
No pressure.
Yeah, and Cloud9, it looks like they want to go right at him this round.
Yeah, 19 years old. Rez just going to have to lock this one out. Cloud9 have the Tech 9s, they've got mollies, they've got flashes, and here it comes. Rez has to be stoic in nature, and he just gets swept aside. Well-constructed hit from Cloud9, and so far it's doing well. They can get the bomb towards the site in just a moment's time. Molly towards upper, denies the peak, Drake can force back. This is not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. And that's a very swift opening. Nice shot from Shroud. NiP, you got to imagine they're going to at least try and retake, see if they can get anything, maybe a couple kills, but it might be an idea for them to save if they can't find anything sooner in a 4-on-5. Maybe just back off a little bit, but for now they want to probe and see what they can get.
Well, the nade does damage, but there's just so many bodies in the way. There's so many people still standing. 5, of course, and yeah, they're going to back from this. Very nicely done from Shroud.
Yeah, that's sick. And then the follow-up smoke as well prevents anyone from NiP really making any progress in the bomb site. Once that smoke plumes again in the later stages of the round, it's just kind of like, no, all right, round's over. Yeah. I think NiP's going to have to back up him, Rez a little bit over towards that B bomb site. They cannot rely on a player that young, that inexperienced. They have had a lean towards the A bomb site in both of those rounds, even on the pistol round. I mean, that was a complete retake strategy from NiP.
It was a heavy old stack towards highway, wasn't it? There were like 3 players around there, so again, see if that kind of continues down the line, but still, it's early days. Good impression, though, from Cloud9 to get themselves back into the game so early, coming to round 3. At least they've got the full buy-up, but maybe not as perfect as they'd like, but it's pretty darn good at this point. And NiP going to be suffering with Rez, so he needs babysitting at this point.
Yeah, he absolutely has to with that CZ. It might be something where they just swap him over to the rotating position and allow someone else to anchor down that bomb site. Looks like it's going to be Force there with him. Flashbangs nades in towards A main to start with, and NiP's going to go for the boost. This is a little bit delayed. If they make noise, they're going to be heard here.
Well, and then on the other side has his name almost on that spot, so wondering if they're going to check it this late. It looks like Automatic might be considering. We'll see if they actually continue to kind of keep that in mind as they do make their hit eventually. Automatic just waiting on the other side of things. No one really pushing either for NiP. The late round aggression, we're going to see if that maybe comes through. That's still a possibility here.
This is actually a really interesting game plan coming out for Cloud9, because normally we see them open games much more fast-paced, and if you can stop that, that's when they transition into the slow-paced round. So this is them. I mean, you take the pistol round, which wasn't even executed till like 25, 30 seconds. Now here, setting up in this slow-paced, spread-out default to start things out. Very more strategic heavy, and I mean, Cloud9 has talked about how they've worked on that. Nothing is referenced it in a couple interviews.
This is great info from Draken as well. He's realized that no one's actually pushed out yet. Okay, Squeaky's been tampered with. He's spotted a foot. All the information is now coming back around. Great position on top of Squeaky just by that little light. He's posted up still again. Automatic goes down. Good flashes now as well, hindering the timing. Down to 30 seconds. Cloud9 are hitting a bit of a brick wall almost.
Yeah, they cannot move forward whatsoever. So much damage done. Automatic gone. Stewie down to 10 HP. Those are the 2 most aggressive playmakers that Cloud9 has. So now it falls onto Jordan. They're going to transition over towards the B bomb site, coming through the vents where it's just Rez. Force is on his way back, but can he get here in time?
15 seconds. If he can find the bomb, if he can... Oh my god, this could be huge. Rez! Brilliant work from him. What an impression to make. Denies the round, spiraling out of control after a great beginning. Even happened towards A at the beginning there. Who was it? It was Draken boosted up, wasn't it? That was so good.
Yeah, that was perfect from him. I mean, just the information, spotting the legs, the kill, the damage. I mean, as well, because you think about it, when Stewie and Automatic died, that's when Cloud9 is just like, all right, who's next? Who can make the play from here? And just not enough time to do anything kind of coordinated over towards that B bomb site. Brilliant round from NiP, playing that very patiently. Force up into this for Cloud9, AK-47 on Stewie. Pistols on the rest. Skadoodle's got all of the utility, but it's got to be Stewie to open up the round.
Get right going full leg here. And does alright by it. Stewie, that's the danger man removed. At least there's armor, so that gun can be dropped around a little bit.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the kind of the game plan here for Cloud9 is just, recycle the weapon. But get right, that is a magnificent shot. Shroud, speaking of which, with the deagle from door, Exist gets dropped. That's gotta be painful. Now Get Right's in a weird position where he's got to keep his eye over towards A and towards mid, and he's found one, but he can't win the battle. Automatic's opening things up, and he's brought Forrest down pretty low.
That's a brilliant prediction as well from Automatic. Didn't quite have the HP to sustain through it, but now with Skadoodle finding the kill towards Drake, and that's pretty much opened up A. They can get the bomb down, they can get a decent off-plant position, but it's the, the sustainability they don't really have. They have one rifle, couple of pistols. Forrest and Rez still looking pretty decent. Some mollies, some flashes. This retake is still possible.
Yeah, it's tough to handle when you're a man down over towards that A bomb site. That highway player has such a tough job to do, going back and forth. And again, another retake scenario where if NiP doesn't get something soon, they might just want to call it off. 3-on-2, they're going to go for it, though. I think nothing was spotted at Forklift. Rez trying to make his way. The new player taking bullets. He's down to 1 HP. He's going to get nothing anyways. But his teammate does fall, and Rez, he just needs to bail out of this one. He cannot win this round with only 1 HP, or can he? He's found Skadoodle, but Shroud goes for the aggressive peek.
Yeah, the log take, when I was like...
It did get a little dicey.
I kind of start to believe in this guy. I'm starting to believe, but belief or not, it's 2-2 at the end of the day. And NiP, we haven't seen much from them yet. We've seen some good individual ability coming out of Rez. I don't think anyone's surprised to see that. I think that's pretty much a consistent factor. On the other side of things, but the pace they've come in with has been quite intriguing to watch. It seems more stoic, more considered, a little slower almost.
If NiP looked into Cloud9 on this map, they've had plenty of cash games. They're going to be confused, maybe, by how slow-paced this has been, how much more measured this team has been. Trading rounds early on in this game as well, back and forth for 4 of them. Neither team able to establish the economic control quite yet. Another default setup for Cloud9 that allows NiP to get aggressive in towards A main. It'll be interesting to see how long they decide to stick around, because they are a little bit hurting for utility, and they've already backed out of it.
But I like this. I like the way NiP are probing for information. They're not just sitting back. They're not just kind of waiting for Cloud9 to make all the moves. They are pushing at least a touch. Now, Get Right again. He's going to have a lot to handle if they actually go for this. A couple of players by the boost, one toward mid. And he's still doing the jump spot. Smoke comes in. No one's actually pushed through just yet or dropped down towards garbage. You can't actually see that perfectly, but now they're going to push through. He's going to spot out one. Nade comes out, and now he falls off highway. He's got support there as well, but I guess you're going to give up mid. Cloud9 do control that for now.
That's quite nice. I mean, that's the only option that Get Right really has, is just to fall off of mid, which is tough. He's the only player there, so as soon as he spots something, and with the UMP on top of that, there's just not much you can do. So it does put him in a tough defensive position of where they don't have any information. You can see there's no eyes on middle whatsoever.
They still have a player pushed in towards A main at least. That could be a huge issue for Cloud9 if they don't consider it. Look at the time as well. They do, luckily for them, sweep him out of the way. Nothing there going to do the job. Draken goes down. Red's the next in line, 20 seconds. Cloud9 need to make this hit right about now. Otherwise, they simply don't have enough time. These UMPs have pretty decent stopping power, to say the least. And look at him. Rez buying time like a champ. Goes back in. That is sensational play.
God.
Who is this man?
That is absolutely nuts. What a performance with the UMP. But you're exactly right. Cloud9, they just get stopped by the UMPs, and no one is aggressive whatsoever. Rez is allowed to be here for far too long. All the utility is expended, and no one from Cloud9 is making the moves. This USP, though, that's not bad at all, is it? This one at the end is...
Ooh, spicy play. I like it. And do you see just the laid out banana?
Spicy man, Lauren.
I would, Jason. But can we just appreciate the fallen banana left on the table in honor of Adam there? Just
In
like,
honor of
you know,
Freiburg.
that's the one.
Salute to a fallen comrade.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. Rez has been doing so far pretty good. So, you know, big shoes to fill. And this he's turning up early game. You know, whether or not that lasts, this is still, you know, very first game. This is group stage. Well, I mean, great start for him.
Yeah, no, those kills have high impact because it's helping them establish the economy. It's helping them to build their own and also just gain the dominance over Cloud9. Some team is going to be, oh, look at that flashbang. It's perfect.
Wow.
Stewie gets past, but he can't get the kill. Forrest down to 6 HP. This could be a tricky retake.
Cloud9 are really pushing the envelope here, at least towards NiP. They're finding it hard to make these retakes happen. They do still have a molly or two, but Automatic being a nuisance down towards middle, but he can't get the kill, so it doesn't really matter much just yet. If Shroud, though, hits this shot, things could get tricky. 4 players playing retake, back in from truck, no shots hitting, and they know there's 2 players here on the boost. Nothing, again, Shroud! He's coming alive, finally! Now the 1v1, though. Draken spotted out, tagged up. It's a one-shot, pretty much both ways of it. Shroud has the bomb and the shot. Cloud9 showing resilience.
He's been so criticized in the past for not being able to pull off those plays that we've seen from him at different moments and being a little bit quiet in rounds, but that is a huge impact. Massive, and you can also see why people aren't really enjoying the Deagle at times. The long-range shots that just don't hit, and then he hits these ones. Beautiful stuff, and great peaks as well with the pre-fires, staying alive, isolating the one-on-ones. That is really, really sick. And I said I could get tricky, and it didn't seem like it until Shroud kind of came to play.
It all looked perfect for an IP for a good while.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, Rez. All right. No worries. Just gonna fall back to side like, nice. I've done my job.
Why not go back and forth in these rounds?
You just love it, right? I'm not. To be completely fair as well, I actually really enjoy seeing the Deagle at the moment. It's the only pistol that I really don't mind, apart from that USP and the Glock. It feels right when you get that kill with it, or it looks like they deserve it.
It does feel very good, yeah.
I don't need Flusher doing the CZ spam anymore. I just don't need it in my life. You know, that's not what I look for.
I quite like it, actually.
You're into some unique things.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? Well, more mid-control for Cloud9. Let's see if they can use it. Again, rounds traded back and forth. All the way to 6. No one able to gain control of the match. And again, Cloud9 with one player down. That's nothing. With that mid-control, they just switched into a B split. It's only did get the opening kill. He holds off on the shot. There's Forrest with one. Rez is taken down, but Forrest gets two. He's here, and he almost brings automatic down, but he can't do it. 2 on 3. The bomb's going to get planted, but it looks like NiP is going to be able to return the favor.
He set up the rest of the team so perfectly. Bomb's now planted, automatic, no chance in hell. That would have been a phenomenal 1v3 if he even had a shot in it, but by the time he came off that plant, they were already there, already removed that remaining teammate. That was so nicely done between Forrest and Rez there. Perfect B play. And you said he might need a little bit more support, and Forrest was there in time this time. Yeah,
I mean, that's the big thing, is managing those rotations. And I think part of it also has to be when you don't have mid-control ever, defenders just naturally gravitate towards B, because it's so hard to read that they're going to split that bomb site if you have no eyeballs, no presence in mid. So Forrest just naturally leaning that way to begin with. Tweet there from Rez: today is a big day. My debut match with NiP. Cheer for us. Well,
de choques e Apex, sensacional. Ponto.
I just took his head off immediately, and it had to get recycled. Either way, for now, once again a lean towards the B bomb site. It looks like they put up Shroud with the Deagle at the long range, maybe stop some kind of rotation, prevent people from getting in towards the vent, see if he can find the timing. Also firing off some shots, maintaining presence, maybe forcing some of the NiP players not to rotate quite yet. Either way, they have no map control towards the A bomb site. This is when another point that Freiburg made, that presence in towards A main. If NiP was to do it now, they would have phenomenal information and a read of what's coming.
I'm a little terrified for Drake, and though one flash comes through this, or any sort of pressure, where does he fall back to comfortably? He's going to already kind of start edging away from this, but going to spot one, sticks around long enough to connect the shot towards Stewie. Again, that rifle will fall into the hands of Skadoodle this time, and the rest of the hit will begin from Cloud9. This time, though, not with quite that punch that we saw before, and now you can see NiP comfortably locking that down.
Really nice as well. Finally 2 rounds in a row for one of these teams, and it's a big switch up. I mean, they bring the AWP over on Drake, and they're finally able to get that out because their money has just been so up and down. But putting it over towards the B bomb site, Cloud9's trying to take advantage of perhaps the rifles, perhaps the UMPs, but not expecting an AWP, so he's able to get that kill and fall away. But you're exactly right, a flashbang that comes out at the wrong moment. It's a very, tenuous position, and it should be said, we just saw the score of Stewie. He's at 0-7 at the moment. He's not having a great time.
When was the last time we saw Stewie not being, on point for Cloud9? It always felt like we wait for the others to join him if maybe, it was automatic and Stewie were the 2 providers, right? But where are they this game?
Well, he's one of those players that seems to thrive in the hectic situations, right? So, I mean, obviously the fast-paced style is going to be a little bit more suitable to how he likes to play and how aggressive he likes to be. Yep. And also with this kind of slow-paced style, it might be something where as the in-game leader, he's trying to get other people involved. He's trying to run plays that maybe, is going to get Skadoodle involved or is going to get nothing to heat up a little bit.
It's a dangerous game to play if he can provide damn good results, to say the least. This, again, not going to go too far for Cloud9. If they can get a bomb plant, that's lovely. Is he going to have time? Yeah, you should be able to get the bomb plant. Not bad in the end. Obviously not what you want if you're Cloud9, but if you've only got a Glock and you're sending Shroud in there, you're alright with that.
Not what you want if you're on NiP as well. 4 players alive and someone with no armor, no utility just makes his way to get a plant. So a little bit of a lapse there for NiP, but it's alright. They've built up a good amount of money as well. So Cloud9 into this next gun round, they're definitely going to be buying here. Have to see what they come up with, because these slow styles have been great when they've been trading rounds and the economy isn't in any team's favor and NiP hasn't been able to get the AWP. But if they're still going to run that, it'll be curious to see if they actually have something that can kind of counteract this. It's what they've struggled with in the past. I imagine we're going to see a change in pace here pretty soon.
I was towards it the next couple of rounds. Maybe a pause possibly to get them back into this. I'm kind of curious as to what we're going to see. But, you know, 6-3 still scoreline-wise. It's not over in either way. We're still into really nice territory coming for Cloud9. Goodbye finally for them as well. Decent utility. No orbs. Still out. Kind of hoping we get to see that maybe down the line. But for now, not the case. Rez, though. I love this. Just going straight out there. Now, nothing is spotting this, but he's going to have to move off this eventually unless he's just going to follow up with, you know, the most standard of defaults throughout this. But Rez is so actively looking for this. Catches a full flash though, but he knows it's only one man now. Brilliantly played. You normally have NiP, you know, you look at Get Right for that B play on the T side, but it looks like Rez has got that one locked down, and then joining is Draken through mid. Stewie gets removed, and you're down to 3. Suddenly this goodbye, you know, finally that utility looking good for these boys has been kind of ruined, but Automatic comes alive in middle. That's the answer we're waiting for. Some sort of fight back from Cloud9, pressure towards Hideaway, but still, no connection, falls off it, and where are the others?
That transfer from Automatic is sick over towards Connector, and Exist has to take that fight. He wants to stay in the A bomb site to be with his teammate. He knows Get Right is here. Smokes are down, a lot of pressure. Shroud with the Molotov. Get Right's going to have to move. Another one goes towards Quad as well. He's going to be burning pretty soon, but I think it actually stops short. There's Exist with the backup. He's going to swing wide, but completely blinded. And Cloud9 is slowed down from this hit, but over the top is Skadoodle. He's in a one-on-one.
36 seconds. Bomb goes in. Rez is so close already, though. I don't know if Skadoodle's ready for that one. He wasn't, but still makes it into cover, but swings back out, and Rez just quicker on the trigger and better overall at the moment. This guy is playing a very solid game. Not only that first opener, removing nothing away, instantly getting himself in a better position after the back of it, and then coming back around. Gonna get the AWP here as well, just to really keep the money up and keep them in a good spot. But overall, this guy is delivering.
Yeah, I think the takeaway from that round for me is Rez is being really let off the leash, right? He's not being put into a system, not being said to like calm down, don't make those plays. He's standing in the smoke all on his own, waiting for nothing to use the utility. And as soon as he thinks the moment is right, he strikes. So NiP trying to let these guys have the freedom to make the plays that they want. That's quite nice, but Cloud9, if they're going to play this slow style, right, they have to find a way. They can't lose nothing individually like that over towards the B-bomb side. They can't also lose Stewie in the mid-connector by himself. Some of those need to be traded. You're not going to get that double kill from Automatic that turns that into a pretty dicey round every single time. So really they're having a tough time opening up some of these rounds.
Yeah, it's a little disheartening to see, because it feels like some of the opening rounds, of course, it was back and forth for such a long time, and now it feels like maybe NiP have just kind of sunk in a little bit here. Starting to see Rez really, you know, looking comfortable. No one having to, you know, do the hard carry, it seems yet. Of course, Rez is doing very nicely for himself, but still, it looks like everyone in NiP is delivering to a degree. So if they get more and more comfortable, you see Draken starting to really provide some kills with that AWP as well. And we're not even mentioning the big names we normally go to of, you know, Get Right and Forest. You know, they're the names we normally wait to see, oh, if they have a good game, maybe we're going to have something here from NiP, but it looks like everything so far is, you know, ticking the right boxes.
Listen, Rez is 15-4. He's got 130 ADR so far in this game. That's a phenomenal start for a guy in his first match for this team. If you go to the other side, the star players that you'd think of, Stewie and Automatic. Stewie's 0-9 at the moment. Automatic is 5-9. So both of those guys having a little bit of a tough time finding success. And again, we're seeing this default. Same as last time. Stewie in middle. And there's the opening pick. This is what Cloud9 needs to stop this. I mean, that's a nice flashbang. They have the idea. It unfortunately doesn't completely cause Draken any pressure. But this is so many times now that Cloud9's lost the opening player.
And I like the variety from Draken. He's feeling confident, but he gets outdone. That it's going to happen, but the trade's there. Get Right instantly dives in to help him out, not letting him fall without reason. This is so powerful from NiP.
Yeah, it's one of the things where you say, all right, Draken, you got that first kill, just fall back, just keep the advantage. But it's an all right move to make because you've got Get Right there ready for the trade. So still with the man advantage, still with map control and information as well. No one in the doorway. And Forest trying to peer towards mid, seeing what he can find. I think Cloud9's only real option here is to split up towards the A bomb site. Not sure if Automatic heard those footsteps, but waiting for his teammates to get in a position, and this A bomb site is going to be under a lot of pressure, especially with Get Right so low.
Do they still have the player on boost? I think they
Yes.
do. So this could still change things. Exist this time up there. Last time it was Draken when he was on the rifle, but he can still make it awkward. But the problem is Highway. It's always hard to handle it, but this time he does. He steps up to the plate, and then he follows up as well. Skadoodle gets completely destroyed. Now nothing's left in a 1v2. 33 seconds. Does have the bomb and one flash. If you can isolate maybe one of these, you know, the possibilities start to begin, but A tough situation all around. Default plant not available. Molly was in. Gets himself towards the other side of red, flash over towards the truck, and looks for the first fight. That would have been Rez. He's already going to back away from it though and waits for this plant. It's not a bad plant, he can see this remain.
Yeah, his plan here is going to try and get one as they cross into the bomb site. So he's waiting, he's trying to bide his time, trying to pick the right moment to get that peek. He'd love to bring it into a one-on-one. Obviously got to be wary of that opposition, and there it is. He finds the kill. No, he doesn't. It was perfect. That's exactly what he needed. And Forrest with a rebuttal shuts it down. Another round for NiP.
Head in hands there for nothing as well. You could see it on the cam. That's gutting for him. It played out so well. They didn't even check it on the cross. He had that shot, that one chance to make it happen, but oh, you hate to see it.
It was great mobility and decision-making by nothing as well. I don't think NiP even considered that he could have gotten back to A main without the information. So really, really nice job by him putting himself in that advantageous position, but just misses the shot, doesn't he? I think he was so worried about getting back into cover. I think a couple of those bullets must have hit the wall to prevent the killing blow.
Pretty gutting, especially when you make the right choices. That's the problem. It's like, exactly. I did everything right and then I messed up. It's just like those sort of situations. Rez, though, having a little bit of a peek over by B. Sunram now looks, pretty clear for this moment, but the two T players are slowly working their way around, so he can't really read into it too much. Going to see the smokes and the flashes possibly being used, so he gets an idea of this. Variety that Rez is playing with. This is a new look to this guy. Again, every single round, he pushed up before. He did find that kill towards nothing. He's played headshot. He's played checkers. He's really bringing a nice variety to how he's doing this. Yeah, well, he's getting a lot of space to do so because Cloud9 is playing this so slow and so far back at the start of these rounds. It would be interesting if Cloud9 picks up the pace to see if those plays are still going to work by him, because that's when you get the massive amount of bodies coming through flashbangs and smokes. This is going to be a timing play, though. One player on boost in mid. That's going to be automatic. He's dropped down. He can stop rotations, but at the moment it's a 4-on-2 at this B bomb site in Forest. He gets spotted. He gets forced back already. Puts down the molly, so Rez is at least safe from the main push-up. Tries to find a fight, and it's actually going to be headshot. Is going to be the next angle to really be worried about, but doesn't expect it maybe too quick as they made it there. Stewie the first in. Now Get Right going to be watching to see if they go for the cross, if he can maybe spot it out, but the bomb's already there. Playing retake now is going to be tricky. They still have an AWP up, which never plays all that easily, but Draken's still going to find it towards automatic. It's down to a 3v3. After plant now, they're going to go in. Still mollies as well available, but Stewie going to find Exist. That removes Get Right's teammate. Now he's all alone playing in from upper. And where's Draken? He's joined him now. Looking through, Stewie on the site, peeks up from default. And now that plays in Get Right, but this is so tough. They're playing this nicely. Cloud9 buying time. What is that? Nothing. A dangerous play. He's depending on the others to come into line, and they do. Skadoodle's there to support him. Draken's down to 7. It's time to save. Oof, yeah, absolutely. It's nice spam from nothing, though, right at the end to get their 4th. Good job. So there's a good timing push, and there's that explosive style we know from Cloud9. A little bit slower in the beginning, but as soon as the nades, as soon as the smoke clears in the choke point, they explode, and Rez isn't given a chance. He has one nice kill, but he isn't given a chance to reset, find a new position before Stewie can take him down. So Stewie, he got on the board last round. He gets 2 this time to help crack open that B bomb site, but a 4th for Cloud9. Money starting to dwindle a little bit for NiP, and I think we're going to have a tactical timeout. At the moment, I think we're just checking in as to what's going on. Referees having a little bit of a wander over.
Still a chance for like a great half for Cloud9, despite how odd it's looked at times and how like underwhelming it's been. Yeah. I mean, outside of those tradings early on, that's the first time Cloud9.
It just doesn't feel as a collective. You know what I mean? When you see the rounds they win, there was the back and forth trading at the beginning. A very nice deagle work from Shroud coming in. A couple of nice pieces from Rez as well for the NiP side, but it looks like NiP just stabilized more. That was the thing. It just looks more concise when they win the rounds, and it does help when you have a player like Rez now starting to go off too. In all fairness, I mean, there has been the 5-round streak that NiP was on. 4 of them were plants, so 4 of them had diffuses in them. So a lot of bonus money for Cloud9. The extra $800 repeatedly helps out very, very much, but they're still finding some success, at least in the sense that they're getting to the bomb sites. Well, at the moment. Oh, Red Eye chiming in. He's not even at the event, and thanks, Pope. Appreciate it. Can't stay away, can he? Sees the hashtags all over it. Yeah, he loves those hashtags, doesn't he? Loves the memes. We got a Brutal Savage wrecked at the maid qualifier. Yeah? Yeah, that was quite good. I've been waiting for that to come to Counter-Strike for a long time. Yeah, that's what we need. Maybe on the stage. We'll get a bit of that here, if we're lucky. Oh, yeah, only if we're lucky. Yeah. We must wait patiently, like NiP are. As it is a technical timeout, not a tactical one. I was wondering, I was like looking at both the teams, like, no one's actually talking that much.
Mas é isso aí, pessoal. Então, teremos esse Sky Virtus Pro no futebol em breve, não sei exatamente qual que é a data, acho que dessa semana. Da próxima semana, na verdade, depois que esse ano que não acabar. Mas esse cara joga hoje e possivelmente contra o Virtus Pro dentro do CS. A gente não sabe ainda o adversário. Daqui a pouquinho estamos de volta, eu e o Guizão, para trazer para vocês North contra Optic Gaming. É o próximo confronto do dia. Certo? Vamos embora, vamos intervalo, voltamos já.
Now, it looks like we're almost ready to go at this point. I can, well, it looks like it at least. As
Looks like it.
you know, headsets are stand up with headsets off. I was like, oh no, this is don't you dare stand up. I saw Exist moving, I was like, no, don't you dare. I just called it. But no, it looks like maybe things will be started up pretty soon. I do wonder what the issue was at the end of the day, but
Something
to be
with
fair,
Draken's one who had his headphones off, so I think it had to have been
Yeah,
something
maybe.
to do with him.
yeah, I wonder. But I don't think we're going to lose much out of this, even momentum-wise. It feels like neither team responds massively to it anyway at this sort of point. I think it may be nice for Cloud9 to have a little bit of a break from the pounding they were taking for a while, but they just won the round, so
Yeah.
you know
Well,
they're back in
yeah,
a
right.
decent position finally.
I think it's just interesting the pacing they've come out with, how slow it's been, because I mean that's been like my big criticism of them for some time now is when they're allowed to be fast paced and they have success going fast, that looks great, but when they're forced to slow down, when the fast things don't work, then all of a sudden the slower tactics that they have to bring are just sometimes very underwhelming. Like they struggle to find the opening kills, they struggle to find entrances into bomb sites, but even in the losses they found their way into plants, so that's good. And putting 4 rounds on the board already, benefited by some of that early trading, they can still turn this into a very, very close half and bring a good effort into the second.
All right, well, we're going to find out now if that's actually the case. 8-4 still being the scoreline, but Cloud9 showing a little bit of a fight back into this one. It's not been a complete whitewash and a bit of a different approach. 3 players through Squeak at the moment. I'm not sure what they're intending here. This could be a very, very interesting approach is all I'm going to say. There is a player pushed up towards main as well, so that could be an interesting pinch coming through this. I'm waiting to see how this one unfolds.
I thought he was boosted. I was going to say that boost has been criminal to Cloud9 in this half. Rotations are in, and there's the opening pick again. Draken with that AWP. That's so nice. Shroud's going to try and pinch him in, prevent him from getting it away, and he does so. No backup for Draken. At least Skadoodle takes out Get Right. This is a good start. And Exist, he's dropped. Good execution from Cloud9. It's a 4-on-2.
Love it. Apply pressure mid, pinch through the door. You just completely catch out the AWPer. It's gone as well as you imagine that round ever could, really. That's sort of a dream scenario where NiP just kind of play to the, well, dance to the tune you're playing, I guess, at this point. So bomb's planted. You know, there's nothing really going to come back in here from NiP. This is a very nice round from Cloud9, finally.
And you absolutely love that kind of initiative from Shroud. When the op kills his teammate in A main, he gets his ass out that door and he makes sure he doesn't get away. That's beautiful stuff. That's kind of some of the convincing play we don't often see from him.
And that's the thing, a lot of players will second guess coming out of Squeak like that. It's not like you have a smoke down towards highway, it's not like you don't know, there could be someone in quad, there could be someone default on the site, but he's just gone in there to get the job done, to get that trade available.
That just shows like a lack of fear of dying, right? He's just like, okay, my one role, my one job this entire round is to kill the AWPer. That's all I need to do. Even if it gets me killed, you allow your teammates to progress towards the bomb sites, you allow them to swing a little bit wider in A main, you take out any of the fear in your teammates. So really, really good stuff. Big impact kill there for Shroud.
And look what it's done to the money of NiP. That has dwindled massively. They seem to have had a phenomenal run of money in their pocket, sitting very, very nicely. But now you're down to the UMPs, a little bit of utility here and there. No AWPs to be seen, of course. But maybe they want to get that CT side aggression going again. You can see the spam coming in, but you can still boost up just around the side of it. So it could still be possible.
The ball's on Exist. Well, Force is going to get up, and we've seen this boost. I think this is the 3rd time we've seen it from NiP, and it,
3 different players as well.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been tough for Cloud9 to handle. They've been destroyed by it a couple times. So see if they have figured it out again, that it'll be, or how to at least clear that position without losing too much. Mid controls looking likely for Cloud9. They've pretty much been able to have it whenever they've wanted it. It's the success from there that has been a little bit lacking. Getride just playing a spotting game, willing to fall back as well. 3 players over towards the A bomb site. Again, a heavy lean towards this A site. Rez is all alone at B.
2 players dropping towards garbage. Getride needs to kind of commit either all, full, and that's it. from flashes in case one just kind of trickles through, but this is looking like that B crunch is coming through, and it's going to be res to receive unless they actually go for this play up highway, but kind of strange that they're going for this. Exist allowed to be played in. Get right now gets the angle too. Exist is there, perfectly babysitting